But then Maureen says, all right, why don't we have this interview? And I was like, okay, sure. Would you like me to come by the office? And she's like, well, I'm going to go do this cross-country run. They do it every Wednesday
night.
And why don't you come? And I was like, oh, great. That sounds awesome. Meanwhile, I hate running. I'm like, yeah, that'll be great. I don't even own like legitimate. I'm broke out of law school. I'm like, I think I went and bought new sneakers, So we finished the race and Mo's not there. And I'm like, where is she? And meanwhile, like they're taking down the finish line where there's a clock. And I'm
I
like,
wasn't
this
the
lady
speediest
just
runner. I
bailed
just
on
like
me.
to do it. Yeah.
But I knew her car was there, and I'm like, this is weird. And meanwhile, we haven't talked about one thing related to work or anything. All of a sudden, they send this all-terrain vehicle into the woods, and 10 minutes later, it comes out, and Maureen's on the back, and her leg is bleeding. And I'm like, oh, my God. She's like, well, I guess today's not the best day to have an interview. We'll try it again. So then she tries it again. We schedule it again. And then that race, they like mismarked the race. So everybody ended up doing like 6 miles instead of 2. And it was the
brutal.
hottest summer day.
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, I guess maybe we'll try it again. Meanwhile, I've done 2 runs now. We haven't talked about this job. And I'm like,
no
this
money
lady's-
discussions.
Yeah, right. This lady's a psycho.